Jake Paul, Mike Tyson back on. So.
Your favorite fight.
It's your favorite fight deep down. Come on now. It's back
It's an
on.
event. It's an event, yes.
It's back on.
It's back on.
In November, right? Isn't that what it is?
November, I believe, a Friday night at Cowboy Stadium.
Okay.
AT&T Stadium.
AT&T.
Jake Paul, Mike Tyson back on.
Back on.
The co-main event, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, too, also on that card. So, the show will go on.
Okay. And you're still, a little more runway. Mike's going to get rid of that ulcer. He's going to come. He's going to show up. And this is going to be...
You guys
what?
Get me...
More fun videos.
You guys get me in trouble.
How do I get you in trouble?
Get me in trouble because you're so exuberant and enthusiastic about this fight.
We are.
Ridiculous. Say ridiculous, Chris.
When I talk about it, it comes across as being negative. I'm not trying to be negative about Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. I think it is going to be a huge event. The fact they're putting it in AT&T Stadium speaks to how big an event it's going to be. I said right here on the show, I think it's going to do more bigger numbers than any fight in modern boxing history.
Yeah.
All I've been saying
on Netflix,
is don't expect Tyson versus Holyfield, or don't expect Tyson versus Trevor Berbick, if you want to go even further back, to have a virtuoso Tyson performance. Just remember, he's 58 years old this month. I think a couple days now, he's 58 years old. And the fact that he had an ulcer that cost him his training time does make me a little bit worried about his ability to just ramp up his training once again and be ready to get into the ring in mid-November. If this fight goes off, I'll be there. I will watch this fight. I'm dying to see Taylor Serrano, too. I think that is a huge fight.
Yes.
But I'll be there covering this event. I will be, in addition to my Sports Illustrated duties, I will agree to be the official Rich Eisen correspondent from the ground.
I would, first of all, expect no less.
I will be the...
it's a must. It's a must, because out of anybody that you talk this fight with, who has more enthusiasm for this fight than everybody in this studio?
No one has more enthusiasm.
Because when Tyson comes out of the tunnel...
DMX, all black, it's going to be amazing.
When that happens, all right, I kind of view this in the same way that when I was training for my 40 a few years ago, Chris Mannix, I ran a 40-yard dash. I ran at the Super Bowl in Atlanta. I ran a 40-yard dash with Usain Bolt. And there is a photograph of me and Usain Bolt coming out of the start. And in that photograph, it's a shot of me side by side with Usain Bolt. There's a snapshot in time where I am stride for stride with the fastest man on earth, and you can't take that away from me.
No.
Okay, I'm just saying that's the way we're going to think about Tyson when he's coming out of that tunnel. We haven't seen anything in the aftermath, but he's going to be there, and we're going to sit here and say just maybe, just maybe,
and
he lands that one punch, and the 58-year-old makes us all feel like we're 28 all over again.
Encourage that enthusiasm.
Thank you, sir.
I think people should watch because it is going to be an incredible event. And I am looking forward to seeing Tyson come out of the tunnel. Hopefully he's got the towel with the hole cut in it, over his head.
Come on now.
All old school Mike Tyson. Yes. All I'm saying is if a fight that is over 8 2-minute rounds turns out to be less than you expect it to be, don't go on social media and bellyache about it, all right? Like, don't be like, oh, my God, I can't believe what I just watched. If it's great and there's a big knockout, by all means, go on Twitter and say, I want to see a rematch, or say Mike Tyson is back. Mm-hmm. But if it turns out they kind of hold each other for 16 minutes of boxing action, do not complain about the outcome.
Well, then you could just watch the Brady roast right after it on Netflix,
Yes.
But
no
again,
pay-per-view, that's huge.
That moment where they're touching gloves and they're about to start, and that's all. Tyson's back in the ring, and he's got a puncher's chance. That's the whole idea. Again, it is similar to, look at that photograph right there on the screen. That's me in my whole getup on planet Earth, stride for stride with Usain Bolt. You can't take that away from me.
Right at the beginning, I'm sure. Right?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Did the starter gun
that's
just
all
get
I'm
hit?
saying. That's all I'm saying is we're not seeing what happens at the finish.
Right.
Now, what happens at the finish of Jake Paul and Mike Tyson might be a complete dominating performance by Jake Paul, and we're all like, But for that moment, I will always have that on my wall. No one can ever take that away from me.
I'm surprised it's not on the wall behind you.
That is correct. It can be. We could probably put it in there.
Should be, yes. I would too. Like, I have a picture. About 15 years ago, I boxed Juan Manuel Marquez, former world champion. He flew to New York City to box me for a story I was writing about what it takes to be a fighter. And he beat the bag out of me for 3 rounds. But I do have one picture where I'm landing like a clean right hand. And it's like bouncing off his face and he's kind of squinting going back. So in that moment, I'm allowed to tell people
you can.
that I hurt Juan Manuel Marquez.
That is correct, because
I did not do that, but
there's photographic evidence that you landed a punch on him.
Yes.
And I was stride for stride with Usain Bolt. We don't have to mention that it was yard 1 of 40.
Yes,
I'm just saying
he's a notoriously slow starter.
Well, and as you know, I've got only one speed, and he learned it that day.
Very good. That speed?
I don't know. It's not good.
Okay.
You and your facts. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.